Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Good Vibes live stream happening every Thursday at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So, this live stream, gets streamed to Facebook, to YouTube, to Twitter, and also Amazon Live. But I'm not going on Amazon Live when I do this. I'm going to do it separate because they want me to focus on product. So, this is our original live stream, and I'm very excited about it because it's different from our Good Vibes TV show. And our Good Vibes TV show is featured on YouTube now. I've been premiering episodes every week, and so let me tell you about what the Good Vibes lifestyle is all about. Now, this live stream is all about ways where you can learn practical ways to raise your vibration. I also cover different metaphysical type news. I tell you about different events and summits and things like that that are happening. And, so this is what my live stream is all about. And yeah, so you can catch the replays on good-vibes.tv, and you'll see where you can see the podcast, which is what the live stream is. You can also see what you can also see the Good Vibes TV show there. You'll see a button there for that. So it's all about the good vibes lifestyle. And what does that mean? Well, it's really something that you define for yourself, but primarily I'm talking about living in a lifestyle where you are feeling good feelings. You're in the good vibe zone. And I've talked to you about Dr. David R. Hawkins' map of consciousness scale and Abraham Hicks' emotional guidance scale. And it talks about the lower vibrations, and how we tell where we vibrate is where our emotions are, because what we attract to us is equal to what we are vibrating out. What energy are we vibrating out? So I'm very excited today because, this is all about the good vibes movement. So, uh, hmm, I'm expecting a guest, but I don't see him yet. So while we wait for him to show up, I will continue with the show. Um, so let's talk about some astrological news and what's going on. We're actually in the waxing phase of the moon. So the new moon happened on the 17th, and the full moon will happen on August 1st at 2:32 p.m. Eastern Time. So that will be this coming Tuesday. And as you know, new moons, may or may not know, new moons are about new beginnings. It's a new cycle of the full moon, and it's a great time to plant seeds. It's where you want to plant physical seeds, but also seeds of ideas or projects and that kind of thing. And then you work on them and you grow them and you grow them and you grow them until the full moon, and that's like maximum energy. And then after that, it's the waning moon, back to the new moon cycle. So we're building up the energy, and it's been a very exciting week because yesterday, I don't know if you know, there was a UAP congressional hearing that happened. And that was all about disclosing UFOs. Now, I had talked to you about this before. Um, let's see, I've talked about, yeah, okay, good, Fred's here. I talked to you about this before with Dr. Stephen Greer and his movie Lost Century, but it's finally happening. The Congress is looking at these UFOs, and the big deal about it is that this alien technology, this UFO technology, has free energy associated with it. There's free energy technology. And the big corporations and the powers that be and oil and petroleum have been shelving those, buying those, getting those new technologies that compete with oil and gas and shelving them, and even going to extreme measures by eliminating scientists and researchers and people that are into this field. So Dr. Stephen Greer has been disclosing this, and for the last 30 years, he's been trying to get Congress to, look at these black ops, these shadow government, these, because the Pentagon's been losing all this money and they don't know where to account for it. So they believe it's into these UFO programs. So anyway, So that was the big thing. And let me share while I'm talking to you about it the some of the congressional hearings. You could actually watch. I muted it, but you can actually watch this. Just go to YouTube and look up UFO or UAP hearing, congressional hearing, and like AP has it, the Associated Press, and you can watch this hearing. So very important, just very important step, I think, in getting to the next level. And the idea is to get to this free energy technology because it's clean and it'll make a huge difference on uh, climate change and pollution on the earth. So just wanted to let you know about that. All right. Now, let me get out of there and talk to you about my friend and this last episode that premiered this week on YouTube was with Fred Moskowitz. Now, Fred Moskowitz is an educator and best-selling author. He has trained countless of he has trained countless investors from all walks of life on how to create cash flow and passive income streams of their own. He's a fund manager and a leader in the alternative investment arena. He's also recognized for his expertise in identifying and analyzing investment opportunities and building income producing assets. And in addition to his work in the financial industry, Fred regularly speaks at conferences and events to share his insights and expertise. He's highly regarded for his knowledge and experience and track record of success. And I want to bring onto the screen right now my dear friend, Fred Moskowitz. Fred, how great to see you.
Hello, Leslie. Great to see you. Great to
Yes,
be here. Thank you.
it's been about 2 years since we did
Yeah.
last did our interview, and
Yeah.
I'm premiering the show now. All the old episodes that ran then, the first season, premiering them on YouTube. And this week, your episode is premiering. So I thought, why not do this live stream? It's very casual, and I thought, great opportunity to find out what are you up to, what's been going on since the last 2 years. I know the big thing is your book. I do have a
Yeah.
picture of your book here. There you go. So tell us what's been up. What's up?
Yeah. It's been things going really well, Leslie. We are uh, facing some economic turmoil. I think that it started during the pandemic and hasn't stopped. It's just changed and evolved. A lot of uncertainty in the world and uncertainty in the marketplace. And you know, there's just a lot going on. The Fed just raised interest rates again, um, continuing on their trend, and that's having lots of impact, lots of cascading effects. So it's been quite an interesting time for sure. And the message that I share when I speak, when I teach, is really highlighting the importance of investing in a way that you put your money to work for you. You invest in assets that generate income for you. So no matter what happens with the economy, with the stock market, it it's not going to have a drastic impact because the assets that you own, they continue to generate income for you. And it doesn't matter what those assets, what type they are. It could be, for instance, mortgage notes, the area I focus on, but assets can also be real estate. It can also be owning a business or owning rights and royalties from either a patent or a book or music, any product like that. And so this is just something that I feel is getting more attention now more than ever, and a lot of desire, a lot of interest in this area from people I speak with. I speak with investors every day, and what I find is more and more of an interest where people are seeking to put their money to work for them. And, the best analogy I can share is this, Leslie. Just imagine that you have each of your dollars tr- like an employee, and they're an employee working on your behalf. You send them out into the world, they do their work, they do what they do, and then they come back to you. And if you did things right, they come back with friends. And that's the idea.
Yes, yes, definitely. Now you are specifically alternative investments, right? As opposed to traditional ones like I guess the stock market. Do you only focus on notes in residential mortgage notes as an investment tool?
Well, that's my main focus, and that's the business I'm in. But no, personally, I have investments in diverse areas. So I have investments in real estate, and I have some money in the stock market, some stocks and things. So it's it's diversified, but my main focus is in the mortgage notes for sure.
Okay.
And I'll tell you something. This is um, this is an interesting statistic. Family offices, right? Family
Mhm.
offices are uh, entities put together by the ultra rich, the ultra wealthy, and I'm talking like in excess of 20-40 million dollars. And so family offices, where they put their money, 80% of the investments they make, they're not in Wall Street. And so look at that and consider that the richest people, they don't really invest in Wall Streets. They focus on alternative assets, things like real estate, investing in small businesses, private equity, notes, mortgage notes.
What about
And
cryptocurrency?
another
That's
one, yeah.
alternative, but
It
it's
is,
risky.
absolutely. It's a new and growing area. Absolutely. And the funny thing is Wall Street, they won't tell you any of this because it's not in alignment for them. And so it really takes self-education, investing time and money in yourself to learn about some of these strategies. And, in today's times, we have so many opportunities. We have, of course, books to learn from, but there's also so many podcasts and live video streams like this one, and different formats where we can learn and improve our self-education.
Mhm. Yes, with the internet, we've opened up the doors to all kinds of information, except we have to, I guess, screen that information to make sure
You
it's
do, yeah,
accurate.
absolutely. You do have to have some discernment there, but there's just so much information available to us now that in the past it was not as easy to find.
Right, right. So, I have your book. Of course, it's green. So with my green screen, that's
Yeah.
why I had the picture on there. And I love the book. It was such a great explanation of how to get involved with investment notes.
Yeah, the
Um,
book the book, thank you for bringing that up. It's been such a rewarding experience. After the book came out, it just inspired so many conversations and discussions because you know what's funny, Leslie? Just about everyone is familiar with mortgage notes from the perspective of when you go and buy a property, you get financing from the bank, from a lender, and you have to sign a mortgage, right? But people don't realize that there's a secondary market for those loans, and individual investors can buy them and own them and benefit from them. And so it's a real eye opener for a lot of people, but it's a great asset class because I feel that you're investing in something that's backed by an asset with tangible value.
right.
Mortgage notes are backed by real estate. So there's always something there with tangible value protecting your investment. And that's super important.
Mhm, mhm. So if people want to find out more about just investing, they read your book and they want more information from you. Do they go to your website? Is that the best place, or is there
Yeah,
another?
yeah, absolutely. Best way to connect with me, Leslie, is to visit my website, which is
Mhm.
fredmoskowitz.com. And if you prefer a little bit of an easier spelling, you can go to giftfromfred.com and they'll take you right there. I always love connecting with investors and uh, learning what people are up to and just having some great conversations, great discussions. At my website, there is a special report available about note investing that I'm happy to send out to anyone that'd like to request it. You just fill out the form and then we'll send that off to you.
Also, can they get on your mailing list so you send emails out periodically
Yes, yes,
with little
absolutely. I have a
investment
great investing newsletter that I send out about monthly, so you can
tips?
sign up for that there as well, and that's sent out free with no cost.
So in the last 2 years, you've been working on your book, you've been doing conferences, any other, one of the ways that you said you raise your vibration is by hanging out with great people, other amazing, folks,
Yeah.
basically, what do they say? We vibe with our tribe. So
Yeah, absolutely. This is a concept made famous from Jim Rohn and his very well-known quote that you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Mhm,
That's really it. And let me tell you, Leslie, during the pandemic, we were all connecting over online, over Zoom, but now the world has opened back up, hasn't it?
yeah,
And
but different.
conferences and events have come back, and so that that's just one of the best ways, no matter what business you're in, what industry you're in, find good events to go to that you can attend. Because when you get there, you're in a room full of hundreds of like minded individuals
Mhm,
that have the same interests, goals, and desires that you do. And so there's that commonality and rapport, and you just establish wonderful relationships that way. I feel that building relationships and networking is a crucial part of attending events and conferences, and so that's something I always encourage people to take advantage of. And it doesn't matter if it's in your town or city or across the country. Go, make
mhm.
the effort to go and show up, get in the room, and watch the magic that happens.
Right, right. Because we're all energy. When you bring a bunch of people together, you're filling that room with lots of energy, and then when they're all focused on a specific goal or target, you know,
That's
amazing
so
things
true.
happen.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, thank you, Fred, for updating us on what's been going on since our last interview. Do you have any last words of wisdom before you go?
Yeah, absolutely. Before I go, I want to remind everyone, we're lots of us are interested in investing, and yes, you can make a lot of money, but don't forget um, this concept that the best investment that you can make is investing in yourself.
Mm,
Focus on investing in yourself, at getting educated, study, read great books, listen to great podcasts, audiobooks, attend workshops, continue your education, be a lifelong learner, and that investment is going to pay off handsomely for you no matter what you do in life, what
mhm.
business you're in. It's going to be very rewarding.
Excellent advice. Well, thank you, Fred, for updating us, and it's great to see you.
Thank you, Leslie. Yeah, great connecting with you again, and appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, no problem. All right. Thank you so much. So that was Fred Moskowitz, and you can go to both his website or my Amazon store and actually get the book. Um, go to good-vibes.tv, you'll see a button for the Amazon store, or you can go to this tiny URL and you will find Fred's book on there. So awesome. All right. Well, next up, I wanted to talk to you about last week's um, show. I had talked about the Superfood Garden Summit. And last week's tip was to plant a garden. And there were many, many reasons. This was like a 5 day summit that they did. And there are many, many reasons for growing a garden. Number one, you get fresh food, nutritious food, and you can grow superfoods that have a lot of nutrition. And fresh off the plant is the best way to get that. Um, you also, it increases your mental health. There are programs where veterans with PTSD have been working on in a garden, and it totally changes and helps them heal. Uh, Physical movement. When you're working in a garden, you are physically moving, you are exercising, and movement is so important, especially as you get older. Planting a garden, you're exposed to sunshine, fresh air, vitamin D, and red light therapy naturally. The red wavelength of sunlight that comes into your body when you're basking in the sun is very, very healing. Gardening also helps create community between having your family help or just getting involved with other people who are gardeners, and also grounding. You know, the earth puts out all kinds of free negative electrons that help us in our bodies. So, stepping on the earth barefoot, hugging a tree, putting your hands in dirt as you're gardening helps you collect those negative ions because there are too many positive ions around and it helps us balance. So, so important. And I want to let you know that you can actually go to this website and get a superfood guide from, I told you that the Superfood Garden Summit, I'm partnering with them. So you can actually still get the superfood guide and then you can access the actual movie. Now, the event happened last week, but you can get on the waiting list because I believe it's going to be playing again soon. So go to this website, this link, and I will also um, put it in the comments as well. Now, um, that was last week's tip. And oh, here's the Superfood Garden. There you go. This was the garden summit that happened last week. But like I said, I'm not supposed to announce anything till tomorrow, but go to the website and you will find that you'll get on the waiting list for when the summit is available for a replay. So please watch it. It is so good. Download the Superfood Guide. You'll get all kinds of great information. Now, this week, there's a movie that I'm promoting called The Need to Grow. And this movie was produced by Rob Herring with the Grow Food Revolution. So I'm going to suggest that you watch this movie. And here is the link to the movie. And you can watch this movie for free over the next 4 days. It is free to see. And here is the link. So this movie, I actually have a trailer for it. So let me show you the trailer. Where did it go? All right, I might have to upload that again. Give me one moment, please. Let's see if it'll work now.
Agriculture is the most destructive human activity on the planet.
Industrial agriculture is first and foremost a war against the earth because it is a war against all species, since you're bringing more chemicals into food production and all they're doing is killing.
We cannot fight nature. You cannot poison things to the extent where you, quote, win.
It's a challenge to live in a world where our government cannot be counted on to defend us from an industrial food system that's actually making us sick.
Hopefully soon the planet will change. people should really learn about how to help your community and help yourself in life.
You can grow 100% organic, nutrient-dense food at warp speed, basically. This stuff will grow anything. There is a secret here that we've got to unlock.
Complexities of galactic proportions.
What we've tried to do here is accelerate the regeneration of soil.
Well, I've done some testing behind your back. Okay, so you're doing in 4 to 5 days what nature would take
In about 400 years.
400 years. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Disrupting food, fuel, and fertilizer all in one little powerhouse. You're going to have a lot of pushback. I worry about it getting squashed before it gets out.
You don't get points for doing the right thing, and that's the right thing. Just have to do it.
We're trying to change Girl Scout cookies so they're healthier. Right now we have 45,000 signatures.
Then last minute they decided the representative was going to be in a meeting. They hung up on me. For them not to listen to my daughter.
They're just called free share.
They're just not listening.
It's heartbreaking.
We just heard a rumor that we might lose our farm.
4:30 a.m., telephone rang. I knew it could not be good news.
The amount of heat that needed to be generated, I'm a little suspicious.
To say that we care about the future of this planet, to say that we care about the survival of our species, and to not take action is simply no longer an option.
The rule of evolution, those organisms that can adapt to change, triumph.
Those alert enough among us are obligated to help.
We have to keep going. We have to keep pushing forward. We need to stop playing games and start saving the planet.
The future is in our hands.
So that movie is available for you guys to watch. Just go to this website, this link, and I'll put it also in the description in the comments as well. So this week's tip is to grow a garden. I know last week's tip was to plant the garden. Well, now we're still growing the garden because the garden doesn't happen overnight. There's so many lessons to learn. You know, again, I think planting a garden is part of the Good Vibes lifestyle because it does so much good for you and it gets you in those higher vibrations. So grow a garden. All right. Okay. So next up, the next episode of Good Vibes TV will premiere this Sunday on June 30th. My guest is Terry DeMauro, who is the relationship, and she talks about relationships, especially now family relationships, since in the last 2 years she's expanded her family. So please watch that when it becomes available. And again, you know, I do this on StreamYard, so you're able to comment anytime during the event, but I didn't let you know that earlier. But please comment. Let me know what you think of these shows, of these live streams. Are they helpful to you? I hope I provide you information that will uplift your life and help you raise your vibration. So that'll do it, my friends, for today's show. I want to thank you for watching, and remember to raise your vibe so you can thrive. Peace out, everyone.